everyone. Good afternoon from Australia, and good morning, good evening, wherever you are dialing in from today. So, welcome to another live session of Strength-Based Leadership Community Group. Thank you for joining the session today. So, I think we would like to just take a quick photo, and I will do that. So, if you can, if it's possible to show your face, that would be great with
Like
this, maybe with a smile.
green screen. Okay. Novi, I can see that you are
I think
there.
she's dropped off. Yes,
Okay,
she's not
so
here.
Novi,
So you're gonna have to do it as a,
okay. Do I just take
I
a
can do it.
screenshot?
Yes, screenshot. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, I had somebody trying to contact me. So.
Should we pose such as,
One sec, I'll take
cool?
it so you don't have to.
uh,
If
Gallery.
I'll just wait. Oh, we got maybe there.
You
I
got the
mean, I should
gallery?
do a quick intro. So we got Onda, and myself. Novi, she's the VA for so
And
she's
us?
dialing in from Philippines. But she's not having great connection today. So apparently there is a cyclone
Some storm
coming
happening.
over in Philippines. So she's been just in and out. Can we, I don't know, Aruni and Zimena, if I have pronounced it right. If you're able to turn on your camera, that's fine. Otherwise, that would be good. Otherwise, that's not a problem.
Aruni said she can listen only, so I think
Only,
looks like
okay.
she can't.
All right, I'll just
Zimena,
make it. All right, we're ready, guys.
all good.
Um,
Jimena is my sister.
Jimena.
okay.
She Colombia, from Colombia.
Okay.
I don't know. She's shy today. Doesn't wanna see us. Let's
Good.
see.
We actually have people joining from different parts there. So that's
Yeah, that's fantastic.
okay. All right, so let's jump in. We're 8 minutes into the session.
Yeah.
All right, so thanks again, everyone, for joining. So for today's session, topic is the power of presence, leading yourself before leading others. So we'll be focusing on cultivating presence, self-awareness, and intentionality as the foundation of mindfulness leadership, while also exploring practical techniques to build personal resilience, manage stress, and navigate complexity. So I'd like to just start the session by acknowledging, the land of acknowledgement. I would like to start with the acknowledgement of a country. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land we are meeting today, and pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. So if I can also ask everyone to please briefly introduce yourself in the chat. You can state your name, where you're dialing in from. That would be great. Thank you. So we always like to, start by, a quick mindfulness session. So for today's mindfulness session, so if I can invite you all to just take a quick moment to ground yourselves to stay fully present. And if you can bring to mind one intention you'd like to set for today's session. It could be to stay open, to learn, to connect, or simply to just be present, in the moment. So while if you could just take a deep breath, as you hold that intention and exhale and free yourself ready to engage fully in the session. So let's take that moment, give it a minute or two, and let's do that. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
You.
Hopefully you've got that intention set for the session. All right, so with that, I'd like to move to our next session, conversation with our guest speaker today. So our guest for today is our very own, I know her personally, Diana Latour. So just quickly about Diana, Master Diana's journey began in Bogota, Colombia, where she was raised by a very hardworking single mother who taught her the values of discipline and determination. With a bachelor's degree in physical education and black belts in kickboxing and taekwondo, she has dedicated her life to martial arts as an athlete, teacher, and international referee with WACO. Now based in Australia, she's the founder and director of Latour Sports Australia, leading programs that empower women, promote inclusion, and support individuals with disabilities. In 2021, she was introduced into the Australasian Martial Arts Hall of Fame and now serves on its board of directors, continue to inspire others through her passion and leadership. So welcome, Diana, to our session. It's our pleasure to have you here, and thank you for accepting our invitation to be here today.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you for the invite. And again, for me, it's an honor to be on here with you guys and sharing my experiences and and learning from each other. That's a great. Thank you.
Thank you. So with that, I'll pass it on to Om. So he's going to be having the conversation with our guest, Master Diana, today. So over to you, Om.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Sara, and a very, very warm welcome to everyone to this Strength-Based Leadership Community Group. We really are very privileged to have you all join this session and learn from each other. I see a lot of new faces, so I might really quickly talk about why this Strength-Based Approach Leadership Community Group. I think mainly for three reasons. Firstly, as you see, developments everywhere here in Australia and overseas, we live in a world that often highlights what divides us, what's different from us, and what divides us, why people are fighting with each other. We at Strength-Based Leadership Community Group believe in something more powerful. And that's what unites us is far stronger than what divides us. We focus on what's common. Like I live in a place called Fairwater. We talk about, what do we love about Fairwater? We love our children to be walking around with, and playing with each other. We want our elderly parents to be walking around safely, feeling loved and cared for. We want a green Fairwater. We want a clean Fairwater. That's all common. We start with that. And then whatever differences we have, I live in a council called Blacktown City Council. We have people from 188 different countries of birth, and we speak 182 languages. How diverse can it be? We start with that diversity, we will be going everywhere. But then we focus on what's common. And then we bring our diversity on top to add to the richness of who we are as a society. Secondly, if you see everywhere, like we talk about problems and needs, what's broken. And at the heart of this community leadership group, we have a simple but a powerful idea. We want to move from a need-based approach to a strength-based approach. We focus on what we already have. We focus on our skills and our strengths. We focus on what the community already has and build from it. We look at what's already working well and do more of it. So it's about moving from a need-based approach to a strength-based approach. We don't ignore needs and problems. We still address them, but by focusing on strengths. So we flip the approach. And finally, if you look at the problems and, like the challenges in our communities, they are multidimensional and they're very complex. And not a single person not even Elon Musk with all his money would be able to, solve this problem alone. Not a single sector or a single organization could do this. So the Strength Leadership Community Group exists just for that, to, provide a platform for people to collaborate. It's your platform. It also, allows you to focus on your personal and professional development. But at the same time, it's a platform, it's an avenue for cross-sectoral collaboration where we can work together and address challenges together. So very briefly, that's why we exist. And we want you to focus on, like leverage this platform for your personal and professional development, and also explore what opportunities you can create to collaborate across communities and across sectors with grassroots community leaders, etc. So with those words, I'll come back to Diana. Diana, again, thank you so much. And I might straight jump onto it because we've lost quite a bit of time already. I want you to, I was talking to you the other week, and I see that you've got a fascinating journey. So can we start with that? Tell us a little bit about your own journey, and then also share a moment when cultivating presence, coming back to today's topic, the power of presence and leading yourself before leading others. So please tell us a brief about yourself, and then share a moment when cultivating presence really helped you navigate a challenging situation. Over to you, Diana.
Thank you. Okay, so I was born in Bogota, Colombia, and I moved to Australia 20 years ago. I'm the youngest of a family of five, and I'm the youngest, and my mom, single mom since I was born. Very hard working hard mom, and I think that everything is at the beginning of the introduction of myself is, I think everything that I have learned was the way how I was raised, and 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 the reason being vulnerable at home, where again is where we raised by a single mother. She always was trying to find a way how keep her children active while she was working, and that's the way how I joined a martial arts school, and that was again that was despite her possibilities, she always finding the way how keep us busy learning stuff, and always trying to find free activities and for the local communities and stuff, and that's the way how I started doing martial arts since I was 8. So I'm nearly turning 50. So I've been in martial arts for nearly 42 years of my life. So again, that's been the way of life. And martial arts is not only practicing and learning techniques, it's a way of life. And that's the way how my life has been since, I'm facing challenges, yes, all the time. As I said at the beginning, I think everybody face challenges. And that's but again, because we're used to that, so we always want to be more challenged. And again, so I finished my physical education degree in Bogota, Colombia. And then I said, okay, what I want to do next is, okay, that's now, okay, what's next? And, okay, that's when I thinking to start doing moving to a different country and learn a new language. And that's the reason I came to Australia. And people ask me why in Australia, no US, which is closer, or Canada, or England. And again, it was very hard for me to leave the country because not being able to work somewhere else. So I have to find a place where I could study and work at the same time to pay back everything that I got from me to come to Australia. So that's the way. That's why I came to Australia. So because I was able to achieve everything, which means working and studying at the same time.
Fantastic, fantastic. And I think what I love is, like, you had different options to go to different countries. And thank you for choosing to come to Australia, because Australia is a little more richer by your presence here. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, can you tell us, give us some what are some practical mindfulness or presence techniques that you use to stay grounded and resilient, having achieved so much, like tell us, share some practical, mindfulness or, presence techniques that you use.
Yeah. No, I think with time, after that learning journey and still going,
Yeah.
with time, as you age as well, you become wiser in
Yeah.
terms of making choices
Mm-hmm.
and better than, like I used to be like concerned about to work to sort everything out, but now I'm more trying to be grounded and said, okay, let's focus on what is important.
Mm.
And that's, I think, the most important thing, and also something that I teach every day. So find a purpose. So
Mm.
everything has a purpose. If I go there are challenges, but if there is a purpose, there will be always a way to go. So
Mm.
have that clear from one moment.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, this is the purpose that I want to achieve with this activity or whatever I'm doing. And always try focus on the purpose, and then everything comes along. Okay, I made the decision. Okay, that comes with part of my purpose or not. Okay, choice, go that way or go that way. So it's all
Mm.
about making decisions and also trying to find a way that follows the purpose.
Okay.
So, and that's what keeps me grounded and keeps me resilient,
Thank,
and believing that there is a power up there
yes.
that always,
Mm-hmm.
always, all challenges are for a reason. you know I
Mm.
used to think, okay, most of the time, why me, what does it happen to me,
Yeah.
why no, you know and I
Mm-hmm.
said, okay, now after a while I understand the challenges or all the difficult situation will come, has a purpose, there is a reason why they happen, and always, okay, why, and that's what I'm trying to find when something is difficult, and that keeps me grounded and challenged and resilient.
I think such a powerful message for all of us, because you know we all face challenges, and we ask that why me, why not somebody else, or why it has to happen to me all the time. And as you say, things happen for a reason, and I guess they make you stronger and more resilient. So that's so powerful. Now, flowing from that, I think the word stress has become more of a shadow for us wherever we go. Like has, has to deal with stress all the time. And given your own journey, we would love to hear from you, in terms of how you manage stress while still staying, fully present for your team and your community that you work for.
Yeah, that's again, I think it's still work in process, you know,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
but I think as I'm now more enjoying the time,
Hmm.
my own company,
Okay.
my own company. So I enjoy go outside and have a coffee myself, you know.
Hmm.
I used to go, and I say always I need to find somebody who's gonna go with me. And I was actually, I used to remember that I if I sit down on a coffee shop by myself, everybody is gonna look at me and say, "What, that person is by themselves." I used to think that it's gonna be judge me. They're gonna be judging me,
Mm.
but I don't feel that way anymore
Okay.
because I'm working more in enjoying my own presence and my own company and myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'm trying to be to face those challenges, I said, okay, no, giving time to me, which is hard because I'm more a giver than like trying to give and give. Is now I'm also a mom. I
Mm-hmm.
got two children myself, and my husband, who is here as well with us today,
Okay.
and Ivan is my husband. So, yes. So it's like being. trying to find time for myself, which before was okay, no, I need to take care of the family, I need to take time for my children, I need to take time for husband, I need to time for the business, for everything that's happening. So it is hard. But now I think if I don't give time to me,
Mm-hmm.
which is again going for a coffee myself, go
Yeah.
for a walk, I go for a walk or go for a now I'm
Mm-hmm.
the gym, trying to do some exercising myself instead of all the time giving instruction and helping others. So now I'm helping myself first.
Mm-hmm.
And gym has given me now more physical strength, which I needed as well to be keep myself active. So joining the gym, go for walks, meditation, and breathing, go for a
Mm-hmm.
coffee myself. I like silence. I like peace environments, and that's what I always That's the way I always try to find that way to feel free myself again back
Mm.
before I go and help others. And always searching for that ways. Always, never ends. But now I'm giving more time for me. That's I think it's very important before we start giving time to others or helping
Yeah.
others.
Yeah. Very interesting that you say you like silence. That's very
Yeah.
powerful, I think. Like, a lot of times I remember myself, if I go back, 20 years, I'm a lot older now. I've lost my hair now. But if I go back 20 years, I used to be very scared of silence. I didn't like silence. But then after I got into this mindfulness and started my yoga practices and, meditation, etc. I enjoy my silence, so that's really powerful. So how do we, cope with yourself? I think that's really important because remember during COVID, we were scared of uh, staying home all the time, and before that, we sort of wanted time for our families to be together. And when we were together, we even had problems then. So every time, learn to be by yourself and learn to be comfortable with silence and to be with yourself. I think that's really powerful. So thank you for sharing that.
And I think another thing is learning to be still.
Mm.
And it's something that actually I teach every day, and it's how children is active and they want movement and they like to,
Yeah,
and also I change the way how I teach as well.
yeah.
Is because I used to say, okay, the lesson needs to be fun all the time. They need to be happy. They need to
Mm-hmm.
enjoy what they're doing. Since a couple of years back, I said, oh, you know what? That's not real. That's not life. That's not real life.
Mm.
Life is not always being happy. Life
Yeah,
is not always being having fun.
yeah.
And so so I changed the way I'm teaching as well. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, okay, you need to learn. We need to learn to be still, being bored. It's
Okay.
okay to be bored. It's okay to be still. It's okay
Mm.
to do nothing.
Yeah.
So also is learning to be patient
Okay.
and getting that sort of awareness
Mm-hmm.
that being patient, waiting, um, and being still because nowadays everything is, happens so fast and you have to, everything needs to go in one time, in 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to find that grounded and being still and breathing and
Yeah.
and being aware of that. That's what I do in my own practice, and also that's what I'm trying to help others and teach others that it's okay. It's okay
Yeah.
to and is but this is because that's what I also need we need
Yeah,
we need to
exactly.
be still to be able to listen to
Mm.
others.
And especially in martial arts, I think to be still. I remember when I was, I wasn't very good at it, but when I was learning initially, when I was in my younger years, one of the things we were taught was to be still and, to be firm. And I think that's a great, you know, skill to have, I think, in your leadership journey as well. Now, this room or this platform comprises of leaders and change makers. Now, would you be able to share some thoughts on how these leaders and change makers can begin, integrating presence and resilience in their daily lives, even in small ways?
Yeah, so That's a
Just to,
very
just to,
very
yeah, just
powerful.
yeah. Like I think if you can share your thoughts and how can these leaders like who are present here today can begin integrating some this power of presence and resilience into their daily lives. How can they do that?
Yeah. So I think it is very important
Mm-hmm.
to be to show up,
Mm.
to show up
Yeah.
despite difficulties, challenges,
Uh-huh.
and sickness,
Yeah.
and because again, at the end of the day, we are role models,
That's right. Yeah.
and I would say this message could go to anyone, children or adults, whoever, whatever age, because it
Yeah.
applies to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody is watching.
Yes.
So everybody's watching. Everybody's looking at you, what you do,
Mm-hmm.
and you wanna a role model is show up, even though you have difficulties. And as I said to the families of people who I teach,
Mm-hmm.
so people look at you more. They don't
Yeah.
listen to you. They look at you what you do.
That's so true. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
and I think it's not only children. It's because they
Mm.
know that it's on everybody. So,
Yeah.
no, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Yeah.
So, and that's really a way how that's important that more than saying is your actions and showing up is very important because you always be
Mm.
there, and even though you have like challenging difficulties, and that's something that I remember in one of this at the beginning of a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I want to share something very quickly. A couple of years, 2 years ago, I have a
Okay.
knee operation, and that knee operation, I said, we want to have planned everything at the right time because it's gonna take a couple of months to recover, and I wanted to have it done in November, December, so we had December, January to recover, and then I start
Okay.
working again in February, and
Mm.
and and I said, okay, that's as you plan. And they
Mm.
said, oh, okay, that should be okay. We can have it done and start working in February as normal. And then, sadly or unfortunately, the got complicated. I got an infection, and then
Mm.
2 more operations after the infection. So it took like 6 months recovering. Instead of 2 months, took 6 months.
Uh,
So, and I was about to start a new year, and the business was going, and I said, how can I cope with family? How can I cope with the business with having these difficulties? And lucky, I always have people around me that gives me strength and support. I could
mm-hmm.
mention my husband, and there are another, my husband, my brother who is in US,
Mm-hmm.
and I got very strong people, team to support
Yeah.
me, and
Mm-hmm.
also have a master. Is not here today, but he's present all the time whenever I have a challenge as well. His name is Master Paul. He was the person who inducted me into the Astrologian Hall of Fame,
Mm.
and and he was there for so all of that for me, and even though so we keep running the sessions,
Yeah.
and but I couldn't teach. However, I was with how you call
Mm.
it? How do you call it? The crutches. I use
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
crutches, but I was giving and communicating with the families and said, okay, for me it would be easier for to say, sorry, we cancel the session for 6 months, so I can know because it's a lot. It's a lot. I have to recover. I have two things to do at home. But I said, okay, no, that won't be the way to go. So the
Mm-hmm.
way is telling people to know what's happening
Mm-hmm.
and showing up. Said here, this is what's happening, and we as a community, how we can help each other to for the benefit of our families. So
Mm.
that's the another way when I say showing up, doesn't matter how you, I mean, it's important what you are passing by, but
Mm-hmm.
if you are working as a community, you can be more present and being there for everybody, and they're gonna be bad for you too.
Thank you. That's fascinating. We would love to go on and have this conversation, but given interest of time, can you sort of share any final words, like that you have in terms of, one key insight, as to how people can lead themselves first before leading others.
Again, set time for yourself.
Mm.
It's like that there is an analogy, before if you wanna in an aeroplane,
Yeah,
what do you
yeah,
need to do first? Put the mask to somebody else or put your mask for you and then you can help somebody else.
yeah. That's so
That's
true. Yeah,
So okay, same thing. Okay, if you are not good with yourself,
yeah.
you cannot help others. You
Again,
cannot. And
right.
and I think we also to be able to help others to
Mhm.
be so first I would say working very hard on our self-confidence and
Yeah.
our self-esteem.
Mm.
Um, when we work on self-esteem and self-confidence, then you say, okay, yes, now everything goes first to ourselves,
Yeah.
and then goes to other people because you feel more confident to what you're doing and what you're saying.
Okay.
So I think it's more work on you.
Okay. Thank you. I think.
So definitely, and so you need to be good with yourself, and that way you can be good with to others as well. So a lot of work on ourselves, and we have to go back to our childhood and everything that has happened in our past,
Okay.
and that is a lot of work to do.
Mm.
And I think it's, but sometimes we feel that maybe we start a bit, starting we start quite late because we thinking that we are aware of that situation when you have
Mm.
children, when you have family, but
Yeah.
it should be greater when we start doing that work before before we are before in our before we get busier, because
Mm.
when we are busy we cannot work on ourselves.
That's right. Yeah.
Mm.
So I think this is such a good message to end on, because I think we always think that the problem is out there, somebody else is the problem. But I think your message here for us is like, you work on yourself first. Like if we work on ourselves first, I think the rest would be much easier to deal with, but if we start continue to blame others, the world out there, then we get into this vicious cycle. So